I'd like to share with you in this week's Parshas Shoftim something very nice from the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Levi Yitzchok Zatzal. In this week's Parsha, we have the mitzvah that a person should not cut down a tree that bears fruit. And the Pasuk says, the Torah says, Ki ha'odom eitz hasoda. The simple pshat is, just like you're not allowed to kill, God forbid, a person, he would bear fruit into the world. Also, a tree that's compared to man, you should also not cut off. I believe Yitzchok has a beautiful explanation over here. We know the Mishnah in Masechta Rosh Hashanah, the tractate of Rosh Hashanah and Talmud, that on the 15th day of the month of Shvat is Rosh Hashanah li'ilonos, the beginning of the year for trees. And over here points out Rabbi Yitzchok that the Mishnah emphasizes the plural li'ilonos, not one tree, but a plural expression of trees, ilonos. A person is compared to a tree. So the Mishnah is telling you that you have to have trees in you. What's the meaning of all this? And you should also bear fruit, physically and spiritually, bring into the world. Explains like this. We find the Chumash in Parshas Bereshis that when the Eibishter took Adam, brought him into Gan Eden, he told him, there's two trees. One is Eitz HaChayim, a living tree, and one's Eitz HaDas. Eitz HaDas, we know what it means, a tree of knowledge, where a person has knowledge. What's Eitz HaChayim? What's this life? Brings Rabbi Yitzchok. We all know what it says in Chabakuk, Perek Beis, Pasuk Gimel, Ve'emunosoi v'tzadek be'emunosoi yichya. Many explanations on this verse. The simple pshat is, a tzaddik lives with his amunah. Another pshat, a tzaddik, the amunah gives him life. Be'emunosoi yichya. What gives a person life? His amunah. And amunah in Hashem is faith in God. And these are the two trees that Hashem points out to Adam Rishon. And he specifically puts first Eitz HaChayim, the tree of faith, Chayim, and then Eitz HaDas. To teach a person, Hashem says, you have a mind, you have wisdom, you have understanding, you have knowledge, use it out. I want you to learn Torah. But what has to come first? You have to combine these two trees. You have to have the Eitz HaChayim first, which is the foundation, is your emunah. If you have first faith in Hashem, and then you learn and you try to comprehend and understand as much as possible, then you will have success in your das and your knowledge. God forbid if you separate, you don't have that emunah, that Eitz HaChayim, then that das could turn into ra, into bad. So that's the plural expression. Ilanois, a person should be Eitz HaSoda, you should be like the tree, but not one tree, many trees. Combine the two trees, Eitz HaChayim and Eitz HaDas together. And this is what Rabbi Yitzchok points out. There is many hints to this. One of the interesting things is in the famous Haftorah in Yeshaya that we say in the Haftorah of the last day of Pesach, all about Mashiach. It says over there in Kapitel Yud Aleph in Yeshaya, Ve'emunah Ezur Chalotzov. Ezur Mostov, sorry. That the emunah, that's the girdle of his waist, which means just like your body is your waist, your foundation, this is your emunah that a person has in Hashem. And then by the end of the capital of that Yud Aleph, it says, when Mashiach will come, Kimola ha'oretz deyas Hashem. We will also have, the world will be filled with knowledge. But what does it say first? Ve'amunah ezu mosnov. The emunah, that is what his foundation is of Mashiach. And then we will also have the das. When you have this combination of both the emunah and the das, then you will have the success. And this is the meaning. Hashem says, I want you to learn from the tree. The two trees that I told Adam Rishon in the beginning of Parshas Bereshis, a person should connect to Eitz HaChayim and Eitz HaDas. In Chassidus, it goes on to explain, and the Rebbe's father talks about this in many places. Eitz HaDas is Nigla the Torah, where you learn things about this physical corporal world, and you don't over there see the godliness, the kedusha. You get sometimes involved in the mundane part of the Torah even, and you forget about the noisin Torah, the God who gave the Torah. Only when you learn Chassidus, Pnimis Torah, that's the Eitz HaChaim. When you have these nigel of the Torah, the Eitz HaDas, with the Pnimis Torah, the Eitz HaChaim, you combine the trees together. That's when you have a true Rosh Hashanah Le'ilonos, both trees, and that's when a person will bring beautiful, sweet fruits into the world, physically and spiritually. When he has this, Ki Ha'odam Eitz HaSoda, you are compared to a tree. Bring good fruits in the tree by learning Chassidus and Nigla, and this will be the ingredient of bringing wonderful fruits to this physical world.